Wu-Tang.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu from the Box Press Studio, Seth Geis, and from the Bastania Studios, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Splendid,
White.
but with extra calories.
All right. So today we are talking about the Don Pepin Vintage Edition Toro. Cigar is 6-inch by 52. Comes out of the My Father factory in Nicaragua. The wrapper is Nicaraguan Corojo 99. Binder and filler both from Nicaragua. Price point is $14. Cigar was released in May of 2023. And we picked these cigars up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you are in Florida near one of the locations, be sure to stop in for a cigar and a libation. But if you are not in the area, you can go to their website or you can give them a call, place an order, and they will ship it to you instantly. At least that's what they do for me.
Do you think
All right.
people might get confused and be like, who's Don Pepin?
Yes.
Or do you think they might be like, Don Pepin,
Like,
Pepin,
like they don't know that
Nicaragua?
it's Don means like the Don.
Well, like, they think it's like Don Pepin. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
it
that's
says
how it
Pepin
reads.
twice.
Maybe
Right.
it's
Yeah.
Don Pepin and then Pepin Nicaragua.
Yeah, like
Which is like
people
his
think
brother.
like there's like a Pepin, Nicaragua. Like,
Yeah.
where does he make cigars? That's in Nicaragua? No, he's in Pepin, Nicaragua.
That's right.
Pepin,
He
Nicaragua.
has
They
his
named the
own
city
fucking
after him.
town.
Yep.
The
Which
Nicaraguan
maybe they
region.
could do. Do you think they could do that? Shit, how badass
Maybe.
would it be if he was made in Pepin, Nicaragua? Or like My Father, Nicaragua? I made up My Father cigars in My Father,
Yeah,
Nicaragua.
I mean, it's developing country. They do whatever the fuck they want.
That's right.
Well, we're just here to develop palates, so
That's
let's
right.
move on though.
Yeah.
All right, June. What are your thoughts on the cigar?
Average. I thought. I mean, like I get the spicier kind of Corojo component to it, but I didn't like this mixture of like a bitterness and cedar and hay. And that was consistent throughout the whole cigar. Yeah, it was just, gosh, Pepin is so they just destroys my heart because that's the first box of cigars I ever bought. And then ever since then, I'm like, I miss the old Pepin, Don Pepin or Pepin Nicaragua?
Yes.
Really? That's where you got with this?
Don
That's what you
Pepin,
have to say about this cigar?
Don Pepin, vintage, Pepin,
All right, Seth. Take us through your experience.
Listen, I'm going to break this down for everybody watching this right now. The reason why Jiunn was so harsh on this cigar was because he can't embrace the fact that Pepin has unseated
left.
Aganorsa, and that they did it so not with the interest of making a crap ton of money, but making an affordable $14 Nicaraguan Puro with a Corojo 99 wrapper. It's good. It's just average, man. It's just earth, leather, sweet spices, bits of tobacco, nuts, medium strength and body. It's just a perfect level of complexity. There's nice transitioning and just balance from beginning to end, decent construction. It's just a good Nicaraguan Puro. John?
Skip Martin's been talking for a while about how we aren't technical enough on reviews. So now I'm going to get.
He's going to explain it to you
He's
right
going to
now.
break it down to us right now.
Let me get there, June. Put it back in your pants, man.
Jeez.
It's a foreplay.
Okay.
So my Don Pepin weighed in at 16.4 grams and had a humidity measured at 62% as measured by my Humidimeter Pro. So I just want to get that out there when I talk about my experience. Everyone, doesn't say where your cigar is too dry or doesn't weigh properly. I didn't understand the profile of this at all. I got sort of out of the hop, I got dry hay, sweet tobacco, and like this herbal earthy wood tobacco combination. And I'm like, I mean, it's interesting, but it's not good, if that makes sense. Like I think if this was a $9 cigar, I'd be like, I could see where there'd be a place for this in the marketplace, but the flavor profile didn't come together in a way that I thought was sort of interesting or enjoyable. And that sort of herbal profile was kind of the core backbone of what I felt was the profile all the way through. So like Second, third, switch it up with dry hay, herbal, and tobacco, and then earth kind of as it progressed as the post draw. And then the last third was kind of more dry wood, medium full herbal, and you know, I don't know. I didn't get it. I don't think it was for me. I didn't particularly find it that engaging. I will say though, burn and draw were great. So, for a $14 cigar, they delivered on the construction. So let's give a hand to Don Pepin, because you
Thank you
can't
for the
necessarily
technical
say that.
aspect of calling out the bird and draw, John.
You're very welcome. Aaron, what about you?
All right, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar, earth, and floral notes. Got some creaminess that joined in a bit later. Second, third saw some
Skip.
black.
Oops,
Second,
sorry, I
third
thought it
saw
was
some
muted.
black pepper join in, and some wood bitterness a bit later. Final third saw the earth take the lead, and the wood bitterness increased. I thought the cigar had a nice start, kind of low strength, classic flavor profile. I was digging what was going on. It worked for the kind of the vintage moniker, so I like that. Kind of went down a notch as the profile wasn't as dynamic in the second, third, to kind of maintain that the rest of the way. If they offered it, I would like to smoke this cigar in a thinner ring gauge, just to see how it would change things up. I kind of appreciated the profile in that first third. Just wish it could have maintained that longer throughout the smoking experience. Not really something I'd come back to though, with any real frequency. But like I said, thinner ring gauge, let's try it. Let's do a Lonsdale, maybe a Corona Gorda. Give it a shot and see what we can do. But they don't offer anything close to that's in regards to what they initially released here. So it's gonna be a pipe dream for a little while. All right, let's get into the scores. We're gonna start at the top with Seth at 6.82.
Oh,
John gave it a
That's a lot.
6.1.
Oh, fuck, Seth.
I gave it a 6 even, and Jiunn gave it
Y'all are fucking
5.75.
haters.
All right, Seth, 6.82. Defend yourself.
Listen, I'll defend myself nonstop with this shit. I mean, here we go. $14 cigar. I have nothing to defend myself on this one, except I'll say this. I think what I appreciated about it was that this is a Nicaraguan Puro that I think is superior to what Aganorsa is doing. And I don't think they intended it to be. I don't think they put that much time into this. You know what I mean? Like, like if you look at everything they've done, like my father's done, like look at their artwork, look at the bands, etc. Look at everything they do, and there's time and there's care into this. And this is they threw a Nicaraguan Puro together, called it Don Pepin Vintage. They put a band like this, slapped $14 on it, and I still think this is superior to anything Aganorsa is doing.
Okay.
So I give them props on that.
All
And
right.
that's what gets me to the 6.2.
All right, John, 6.1.
I'm surprised it's that high. I kind of figured 5.85 because it was average throughout.
It was that 16 grams of tobacco.
Yeah,
did
see,
it.
I mean, it is 16 grams of tobacco, so I guess I got to give it there. And I did rate the first third good. So I guess 16.4 grams of good tobacco, at least, probably 6 grams were good in the first third. But the thing about vintage is sometimes vintage is good and sometimes vintage is like, oh yeah, I remember why we didn't enjoy smoking cigars back then, because vintage is, we can do it better. I think if you're gonna do a vintage cigar, you kind of got to do it vintage in terms of price point too. Like you can't put out a $14 cigar and call it vintage. But I thought the band was cool. My score seems a little high. Next.
My 6 even matches up well, above average flavor profile. Really good construction, not as good as John's, otherwise we would have been tied. But yeah, like I said, I like that first third. Kind of like that, classic old school flavor profile. Just wish it would have lasted longer in the cigar. So let's go. Let's tone down the ring gauge a little bit and give this another shot, I think. All right, Jiunn, 5.75.
That was average, like what all of us intend to say, including Seth and John. So, let's call it what it is. Let's change up the scores. You know what I mean? Let's pull never mind. All
right. Any final thoughts from you guys on this one?
I still think that it's better than anything Aganorsa has done, and
Oh,
this
I
was
totally
just.
agree, man. That's a really low ass bar.
But you know what I mean. But look what I'm talking about, though. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
my father's has been on the upswing now for quite a while, and I think that's reflected in a lot of cigars. They're releasing a lot of cigars that's coming out of Tatuaje, and I hope that continues. I hope that we start to see kind of them go back into kind of the heyday where like people are talking about a ton of new my father's coming out, and they're all fucking good.
I mean that this is just like you can look at it and you're like in today's price, like $14. You're like, dude, this is a fucking cheap stick. Like, it's
Yeah, I
just
don't
kind of
want to
like,
admit that at this point.
yeah, I don't either. I have a hard time trying to admit that still. I know it's been like this for a while, like the whole year, but it's hard for me to still accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Few
I
ducats.
refuse to
It's few
accept it
ducats.
yet. Yeah.
you don't want to accept that this is kind of
And
like
Yeah,
the
we don't
new.
want to
This
say
is
it's
the
the new
new
normal yet.
the new
Yeah,
$8 stick.
exactly. I
Yeah.
don't want to say new. Yeah.
No.
I still want to. I'm still stuck in my Rothschild days, the Louisiana Rothschild days of 550
Dude,
stick.
those days are
550.
gone.
550.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah,
still
I know.
$5.50? I bet they
Probably
are,
not.
aren't they?
Yeah, I have no idea.
No clue.
Doesn't matter. It's not the same tobacco anyway. So
Yeah.
what does it matter?
I know, but if they still were, like, jeez.
No.
All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Pepin.